Shalom, shalom, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you, brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly divine the word in truth and sincerity. Shalom. All right. To you believers out there. All right. You Akuyam, Wa Akwath. All right, real quick. I was listening to the brother, I believe, the head of the camp out there in GMS, Mississippi, the brother Zahab, and he said something in his lesson that we made the curses of culture, and it struck me. And I was thinking about Jeremiah 2:21. Let me get it. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Okay, the Lord planted us a noble vine for us to be of class, of us to move, of a certain the aristocrats. All right, move nobly. All right, He set us on high with the laws we had, and when you go here to what's that, Deuteronomy 4? Deuteronomy 4 and 5, it says, "What? Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations." Yeah. So the commandments, the statutes that the Lord gave us, once we, executed these, showing the other nations by example, all right, that we're nobility because we are following these statutes, these commandments, they would look at us in turn and say, wow. Let me keep reading. Verse 6. "Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people." This was what the nations would be saying had we done right. But they're saying the opposite. All right. These other nations don't look at us as wise and understanding people. At best, they love us for entertainment purposes, man. Okay? That's about it. They don't expect us to be the owner of the team. They expect us to be a great player of the team. Okay? So, the Lord, He gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments to set us on high. But we broke the covenant, of course. All right. And now we have been a degenerate plant, a strange vine. Like the Lord, like, who is these people? I mean, literally, He's not saying that, but it's like that. Like, man, I rose them up, cleaned them off, dust them off, polished them up to be a nice golden piece. And now they just, they through stew. All right. And when you go into the word degenerate, it means to get worse and worse and worse. And when the brother said we made the curses of culture, like, because he was kind of basing his video off Apostle Tahar video, going into how Shannon Sharp and Charles Barkley, Charles Barkley did an interview with Shannon Sharp on his show, Club Shay Shay. And they was going into how Shannon was saying, like, I don't eat the pig feet and the pig ears no more. I used to when I was younger, but now I got to do it. I don't do it. And Charles Barkley was saying, like, hey, I got to have it. So, you got to think our people, with the pork. We all done had sausages and bacon coming up, all right? There's very few of us that didn't, all right? But I never had pig feet or pig ears. I never, even when I wasn't in the truth, that just wasn't my thing. Now the chillins, yeah, I had chillins. And you got to think chillins, one of the curses, basically, a part of the curses, I should say, is getting the scraps. We was getting the scraps from Esau. That's why our people was eating those pig ears, those chitlins, and things of that nature, the pig feet. We was getting those scraps, man. And at that time, we had to make do. But see, now in this society, fast forward till, even the 1960s, 50s, you know what I'm saying? In those times, well, now it's a custom, you know, especially around the holiday, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You know, it ain't Christmas, Thanksgiving, it ain't nothing in a so-called black household to see a pot of chitlins, man. Whether they be fried or however, and you got to clean them things. That's how you know they really not supposed to be, ate, because how you just got to clean them all day. You got to do, and the smell it give off. You know what I'm saying? But hey, people throw some hot sauce on them and eat them, but it's a part of the custom now. All right, even eating the pork, okay? Even celebrating the holidays, it's a custom. All right, it really is a part of the curses. Why do I say that? Because is when you study the Christmas, Easter, and all of that, those are pagan holidays, and we lost our way. That's why Jake. That's why we had the curses put on us, following these other nations. All right, getting into all that pagan worshiping other gods. And the Lord already told us in the laws, don't worship no other God. All right, He's a jealous power. Don't worship these idols. These vain holidays and things of that nature. The Heavenly Father ain't with. So by us losing our way, all right, now it's custom for us to celebrate Christmas. It's custom for us to celebrate Easter. It's custom for us to celebrate Thanksgiving. All right, which Thanksgiving goes into the murder of, of Gad, going into the murder of the Northern Kingdom, tribes out the Northern Kingdom, man. And we celebrate that. That's crazy. Now, when you go here to, just like, one of the curses is that our women will be masculine, basically, because it say the woman who was tender and delicate. Let me get it. I'm going to just get it for edification's sake. Let's go Deuteronomy 28. And now it's custom. But women act like that so much that they had to create something called a soft girl era, where they, put on like they feminine. All right, even a curse of the evil eye. Let me get this. Deuteronomy 28 and 54 says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. Yeah, meaning, us Israelites, we had love for each other, man. Okay, that was in the kingdom. We're not gonna have that evil eye where if you look at another Israelite man for like 3 seconds, he ready to beat you down and shoot you, or you wondering like, why you looking at me, nigga? You trying to, all of that. That ain't gonna be going on. We're gonna have a genuine love for our brother. We're gonna respect our brothers. We're gonna respect his wives, meaning we're gonna respect. I'm gonna say we're gonna respect that he have wives instead of, I wonder can I get with that, and you know what I'm saying. We're gonna respect his property. We're not gonna steal from each other. There's gonna be no need, but we're just not gonna have those evil intentions. So continuing on, it says, that the man that is tender among you, very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Right? It's in our community, it's that's a stigma attached to the so-called black man, that he's a deadbeat father. All right, that he's gonna leave his family eventually. That's why the woman say, when she have kids, I gotta work. She's already preparing herself for if this man leaves. She's gearing up instead of saying, well, I'm married, I'm good. I'm gonna take care of the home, take care of my husband, my kids, I'm good. No, the woman is in the back of her mind already preparing to be left, whether she know it or not, whether she do it consciously or subconsciously. That's why these women, that's a part of them wanting to work. All right, because they have seen their mothers, aunties, sisters, whoever, the man, and we do, because we put a lot of blame on Eve, but we gotta take blame for ourselves. So this is a part of our culture. Single motherhood is a part of the culture. All right, beefing, with our brother is a part of the culture. Gang banging, that's that evil eye. Oh, I'm blue, you red. you know, I stay on this street, you stay on that street. We bang on each other. And the women like that. That's a part of the culture. Being in a gang. That's that evil eye. That's a curse. Verse 55. So that he will not. Salaki. I'm gonna jump to 56, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not have ventured to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Yeah, our women was very, very feminine. And they were supposed to be. All right. So much we just swoop them up and carry them, man. Okay. But now how our women look, they grim you, they're staring you in your face, they're not shamefaced. They walking around like whores, dressing like whores, man. Okay, that's a part of the culture. It's a part of the culture for a female to be masculine. That's why they tatted up more now. You gotta think, go back to the 1980s. You wouldn't see women tatted up. And before that, you could forget about it. You know, even in the 1990s, you wouldn't see women just necessarily tatted up. It started kind of coming in, but not like now. How women get, you know, what they call sleeve tattoos, meaning all your arm tatted up on the chest, tatted up on the face, rapping hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a part of that masculinity. You know, women want to rap, play basketball, and play football, and do what men do. That's a part of the curse, but it's now a part of the culture. See? It's a part of the culture for feminism. That's a part of the culture. I'm a boss chick. You got women who call themselves I'm king. I'm a king. You know, like all of that. That's a part of the curse, but it's a part of the culture. All right, continuing on, it says her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. Yeah, it ain't nothing to see a black woman degrading black men, going off on her man out in public, you know, belittling her man, belittling the black man. All right, that's a part of the culture. If let's say Glorilla come out with a song today that say F these niggas, that song is gonna bang. But see, that's a part of the curse, but it's a part of the culture. All right, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Yeah, you can look up the countless murders, even this year, of women doing some horrendous things to their children. All right, but it's a part of the culture. You know, abortion's even a part of the culture. I think that was Meg Thee Stallion who had that song, Plan B and Hennessy. This is all a part of the curses, but you know, it was made a part of the culture, man, as well as the diet. Okay? That diet, man, eating all the abominable things, all right? Part of the culture. And that's why the Lord said we was what? We're a degenerate plan. We keep getting worse and worse. And that's going to bring me to Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah chapter 1, it says, I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master crib, but Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider. Yeah, so you have what is taken to be two dumb animals. They know their owner, but our people don't. All right, they don't know these scriptures in its purest form, and that's a part of celebrating the holidays. That's a part of you have our people wondering, why was it slavery? Why would the Lord do this? Yada, yada, yada. Well, they don't know. It's a part of the curse. But they don't consider the actions of our people being the reason why we at the bottom. All right. Verse 4, a sinful nation of people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are all going away backward. And you know what's a part of so-called black culture? Children that are corrupters, corrupting. All right. If you were smart in school, you would be called what? A nerd. You might even be called a lame if you just go to class, you kind of quiet, you ain't with the so-called in crowd, all right? But who got all the girls and all the props and all the fame in school? The class clown, the person that might skip, the person that might even sell the weed in the school and doing all the foolishness in the school. That's who is getting to play. And this is part of the corruption of our people. They see, all right, I see the dude that's selling the drugs, they getting the women, they getting the money, they getting the praise. I see the class clown acting up, the evildoers. The that's who getting that's a part of our culture, man. Again, that's why a lot of our women, they say, what? I don't want a 9 to 5 dude. It's an aspect of the money, but it's an aspect of you will be called boring. You will be called a lame. You don't have enough drama for her. You don't have you don't entertain her in a way where, oh, she might have to bail you out next week, or you just all type of madness. Y'all know what it is. Eve like them street dudes, which is a part of a curse for her liking street dudes and us having to be street dudes, or people having to be street dudes, I should say. But it's a part of that culture, man, and it's being glorified that you have dudes in the NBA like Ja Morant. He want to be gangster, carrying guns and doing. He come from a 2-parent household. Now, what was going on in that household, we don't know, but he's in the NBA making millions of dollars. Why would he adapt that culture? All right. Children that are corrupters. All right. So a part of our culture corrupts, the youth, man. That's why you'll have a dude, he'll make it in the rap game. And when he first come in, he be having his talent, he be rapping and doing his thing. But now you might see him slight gang banging, moving with gang bangers and trying to put on the gang banging image. See, that's the corruption, because when you sing with those type of dudes, you have a certain type of power in our community. Where in other communities, that will be seen as, what is you doing? But in our community, in the Israelites community mainly, that's seen as a badge of honor. All right, verse 5, it says, why should you be stricken even more? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. Yeah, so the Lord is saying, why should I just whoop your ass anymore? You ain't gonna learn your lesson. Y'all, I just gotta destroy y'all and bring y'all back. All right, that's why it's lucky that the remnant was around. All right, it's lucky that we had, men to teach us so we can teach. Okay, men like with Abba Bibbins, he taught, and then they taught, and then they taught, and then, all the way down. That's a part of that remnant, man. So we can learn what our power was good, was bad in the eyes of our power, was good in the eyes of our power. Get cleaned up. I'm not saying we got it all and we perfect. We still got our flaws. We still in this flesh, but we're trying and we understand, the Lord have opened our eyes, to this book in its purest form. All right. So the Lord, like, why should you be stricken even anymore? Okay. Verse 6, from the sole of the foot even to the head, there is no soundness yet. Like Jake, and that goes back to that degeneracy. It get worse and worse through time. It's like if you take the so-called black culture in 1990, it was one way. Then you take it to 98, it was one way. Then to like 2005, and it keep getting worse and worse and worse. So it's like it's not gonna get better, man. The Lord just gotta come and do away with it all. Continuing on to verse 6. It says, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores, right? They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. Okay, so when you get into a putrefying sore, that's basically into degeneracy, because it starts stinking. It heats up a funk, because it's decaying. Just like our people were. 2/3 is a stench in the Lord knows, because it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. If you take the rap game, which I'll mention that because that's a big part of the culture in the black community, in the so-called black community. The rap game, the acts of entertainment, if you look at them from 1980 to now, is worse and worse. All right, it's worse. It keep getting worse and worse, Salaki. It's worse. The rap game, the acts of entertainment in 1990 is worse than 2024. Even the lyrics is not the same. Even the lyrics is worse as far as creativity and messaging. Because you had more songs that was positive. But now you don't really have that as much. You know, look at the women. When women first started rapping, they didn't have a sexy image because they wanted to be taken serious for their lyricism. But now the women, they you get a halfway strip show when they get on stage. Even the singers, the dudes, you know, they more feminine. All right. I seen a big dude today wearing bright pink. You know, it ain't nothing wrong with rocking you a little, you know, I'm from Detroit. They wear stink pink gators. You know, it ain't nothing really wrong with wearing pink, but come on, man. The average man is not going to be walking around with pink from head to toe. No. You know what I'm saying? If you got a nice suit, I guess, with a pink tie, some pink in it or something like that, some dress shoes maybe, whatever. I've seen that, but a man is not going to be walking around with all of that, man. No. Now they getting the fake nails. They trying to make that a part of the culture. That's how you know it's getting worse, because dudes now is doing the fake nails, talking about they in the soft guy era. See, it's getting worse and worse, man. All right. And we making the curses a culture, man. From the dietary law, from the way we think, from the way we act, or the way our people act, it's like that, man. So I just want to, put that out there, put this out there, Lord willing, it was edifying.